Hello guys, welcome to learning class. So today we are gonna do the discussion of a reading passage, and the title of the passage is Regional Student Survey. So this passage, reading passage, IELTS reading passage, we are gonna discuss today. So let's see what's in the passage. Regional Student Survey. Okay, so all this is the reading passage. Here comes the questions. Questions 1 to 3, and then 4 to 6, and then 7 to 10, and then oh my god, there are total 16 questions in this passage. So we are gonna answer all these 16 questions along with its locations. Yes, we are gonna find out from where these answers came from. So why waste time? Let's begin. So first three questions are like question and answer type questions. In this we have to write the answers as numbers, words, or phrases, and even an example has been given for us. What is the name of the association which commissioned the survey? And the answer is the Alicos Association. So this is the example, and now we are gonna begin with our first question, and that is which regional group had the largest percentage of students in the survey. So what we have to write down in the answer is which regional group, and what regional group it will be, which had the largest percentage of students. So the largest percentage of students in the survey. Okay, so in the survey the largest students belonged to which regional group, this we have to tell in our answer. So let's find out in the passage that which regional group had the largest percentage of students in the survey. So I guess the location is in this paragraph. So of the 2200 questionnaires handed out, 1684 valid returns were used, representing approximately 11% of the estimated number of students studying at Alicos colleges. The regional breakdown of the student sample. Yes, here comes our location. The regional breakdown of the student sample was as follows. Like Asia was 73.4%. So 73.4% students belong to Asia, and then 10.2% belong to Europe, 0.5% to Pacific, and 7.0% to others. So clearly you can see that Asia had the largest percentage of students. So we have to write the regional group in our answer. So definitely it's gonna be Asia. So let's just this location, highlight this location, the regional breakdown. Yes, so this is the location of our question number 1, and now we are gonna write this answer Asia. Clearly 73.4% is greater than 10.2%, 0.5%, and 7.0%. So our answer is gonna be Asia. Let's write it down. Answer is Asia. Okay, now let's move on to our second question, that is Swiss students' reasons for choosing Australia were similar to those of which Asian nationality group? So first of all, Swiss students, this means students from Switzerland. Okay, then their reasons for choosing Australia. So why they chose Australia as their destination, this, what are the reasons? And those reasons were similar to those of which Asian nationality group? So the reasons for choosing Australia of Swiss students were similar to which of the Asian nationality group? This we have to answer. Okay, so let's see where it is. I guess so. It's in this paragraph. Uh, yes, here it is. Students and tourists from Switzerland and other European countries. So in a way, it's students and tourists from Switzerland also. So okay, they were clearly attracted by Australia as a tourist destination. So Switzerland students and tourists chose Australia because it was a tourist destination. So this was their reason, a tourist destination. Their reasons, their it means that students and tourists from Switzerland and other European countries, but we only need students and tourists from Switzerland, so it's okay. Their reasons from for coming to Australia were quite distinct from those of Asian respondents. So the Swiss students' reasons for choosing Australia were different from Asian respondents, but so here comes a but bore some resemblance to Japanese respondents. So, okay, resemblance means like similarity. So, Swiss students' reasons were quite similar to that of Japanese respondents, as Japan is also a country of Asia. So, clearly, this is an Asian nationality group. So, it is our answer. Japanese respondents. Let's highlight this location too. It's from students and tourists to here. So this is the location of the second question, and clearly our answer is gonna be Japanese respondents. So let's write it down. Since they have asked which Asian nationality group, so we can also write like Japan, or if you want to write as it is written in the passage, then the answer must be Japanese respondents. Okay, so we have done two questions, and now here comes the third. For what purpose did most students intend to use their English learning? Okay, so here comes most students, that's majority of students. Why they, sorry, for what purpose they wanted to use their English learning? This we have to answer in our question. So let's see where it is. Okay, it's just here. When asked how they plan to use the English they were learning. So, like it is the purpose that how they want to use the English learning. When asked to students, 41% answered they would use their English for further study in Australia. Okay, then 37% this, then 9% this, 6% this, then 5%, and then 2%. So clearly 41% is the largest percentage. So it is like most students, they wanted to use their English for further study in Australia. So this is our location. When asked how they plan to use the English they were learning, 41% answered that they would use their English for further study in Australia. So clearly our answer is gonna be, because they have asked purpose. So what purpose? It's further study in Australia. So let's write it down. Further study in Australia. Okay, so we have done the first three questions, and now 4 to 6. So it is like complete the following chart with information from the reading passage. An example is also given for this, like the percentage of Alico's college students represented in the sample, and the answer is 11%. So this is an example. So our fourth question is the number of, like, so the answer, in answer we have to write number. Okay, the number of specific areas of questioning in the survey, like how many types of questions were asked in the survey. So we have to write down the number of the questions, like the areas of questioning. Okay, so let's see. I think so it is in the first paragraph, and it is like there. Yes, in the second line, to students were asked a range of questions. Okay, so like they are asking different types of questions, and the first one I think so is to determine why they had chosen Australia. So this is the first type of question that they are asking. Second is how they were going to use the English they had learned, so this is the second reason. Third one is how they had spent their holidays, and fourth one is what were their future plans, and the fifth one is they were also asked to, sorry, here should not come there, here should come they, because they are asking the students. So they were also asked to compare Australia with other countries where they could study English. So there are total five type of questions that they were asked, like why they had chosen Australia, how they were going to use the English they learned, how they spend their holidays, what were their future plans, and they were also asked to compare Australia with other countries. So there are total five types of questions that they were asked. So clearly, let's mark down the location. So this is the location of the fourth question, and I guess so the number of types of questions is 5, so our answer is gonna be 5, not this. Okay, so our answer is 5. Now the next question is the number. Oh, in this again we have to write the number of reasons given for studying in Australia. Okay, reasons given for studying in Australia which are directly connected with study issues. So okay, we have to write the number of those reasons which were connected with the study issues. Okay, I think so there are 11 reasons given for studying in Australia, but yes, there are 11 top 11 reasons for choosing Australia as a place to study English. There are 11 reasons, but we have to count the number of reasons which are connected to study issues. So clearly, like safety, no. Friends and relations in Australia, no. Climate and friendliness of Australians, no. Combined study with travel, yes. Here comes our reason: combined study with travel. First reason, then low cost of living, no. Difference recommendation, no. Close to home country, no. High quality of courses, yes, this is also connected to the study. And then work while studying, yeah, the word comes studying, it means it's connected to study. And then hope to migrate, no. Low tuition fees, yes, of course. Low tuition fees is also connected to study. So I guess from the 11 reasons, there are 4 reasons that are connected with the study issues. So definitely our answer is gonna be 4. Let's write it down. Number of reasons for studying in Australia which are directly concerned with study issues, it's 4. Then the next question is the percentage. So in this we have to write down the percentage. Whose percentage? Respondents percentage who planned to seek short-term employment in Australia after completing their ALICO study. So after their ALICO study, they planned to work like short-term, like temporarily in Australia. So we have to find out the percentage of those respondents. So let's see what it is. Okay. Like here it is. With regard to immediate post Alico's study plans. So they are talking about after Alico's study, which means post Alico's study plans. So like 41% stated this, and then close to a third stated this, and then 21% stated this, 8% this. What they have stated, that they plan to work temporarily in Australia. So which means they were looking for short-term employment in Australia after Alico's study. So what's our percentage of respondents? 8%. So definitely this is the location of sixth question, and the answer is 8%. So let's write it down. 8%. So this is the answer of the sixth question. And now move on to the next type of questions, 7 to 10. And this we have to write the word or phrase, but from the box. We have to choose the word or phrase from the box. Where's the box? Where's the box? So this is the box. We are given with, I think so, 12 options. And then here's also an example done for us, example IELTS. Okay, there are more choices in box than gaps. That means we do not need to use all the choices given. We have to just choose appropriate options for our answers. So, okay, seventh question. The two criteria which determined the responses given when students were asked about English language tests were gender and dash. So first criteria was gender, and the second one we have to write it down. Let's find out what's the second criteria. So I think so in this paragraph, like differences emerge when the responses of different nationality groups are analyzed. They are talking about nationality as a criteria. Yes, they are talking about nationality because they said that students from Asian countries, okay, then two Indonesian students, and then they were talking about students and tourists from Switzerland and European countries, okay, then like Asian respondents. So they are talking about the nationality. They are uh, just dividing the students according to their country or nation, you can say. So this is, I think so, maybe this should be our answer because this is the criteria that is not given in the question. The criteria which is given in the question is gender. Now let's see where they are using gender as a criteria. Yes, here they are using gender, like female respondents, and then like male counterparts, so female respondents. So it is like they are using male and female in this paragraph, and nation and country in this paragraph. So gender and nationality, if I may, these are the two criterias which are used. So I think so nationality is our answer. Now let's check if nationality word is in the box or any synonym for nationality is given. So the nationality, yes, there's the nationality word. So this is clearly our answer. Let's write it down. Nationality now is our answer of seventh question. Now the third question is the three most popular activities during course breaks were traveling in Australia. So the three most popular activities. First one is traveling in Australia. Second one we have to find out, and then third one is working full or part-time. So during course breaks, what were the three most popular activities? This one we have to find out. So let's find out what are the three most popular activities. Yes, here comes during the course. It caught my eye. Okay, asked whether they had had visits during their course. No, I don't think so. This is the location. Yeah, no benefit from catching the eye during the course. Yes, here comes the most popular break activity. So break activity, like they are talking about during the course when they had breaks. Most popular was traveling in Australia. Yes, it was given the as the first option. and it is followed by traveling to home country. So I think so this might be our answer, like traveling to home country. And finally, yes, this was the third option which was given, working full or part-time. So I guess this is the location of eighth question, and answer is gonna be definitely somewhat like traveling to home country. So let's just see what's given in the box. Traveling to home country. Yes, here it is. Returning home. So the second most popular activity during course break was returning home. So this is our answer. Now the ninth question, in terms of perceived dash. Okay, so like on the basis of what? Okay, the top three countries in order of preference. So three countries in order of preference were considered to be, first of all was UK, second was US, and third was Australia. So like it is like UK comes first in terms of preference, but we don't know on what basis, so that we have to write in our answer. US comes second and Australia comes third. So let's check. Here's top 3 written, so I guess so. This might be our location. Respondents were also asked to rank the top 3 supply countries in terms of cost, quality, and visa ease. Okay, so there are three things on the basis of they have responded. First of all is cost, and then is quality, and then is visa ease. Which one it would be where US will come second, and I guess so UK will come at first. Was it like this only? Yes, UK on first, US on second, and then Australia will come third. In terms of cost, Britain was regarded as the most expensive, USA second. This is okay, but Canada was third. No, Australia needed to be third position. In terms of quality, okay, so in terms of quality, first preferences, 61% of respondent regarded, okay, first comes UK. Best quality tuition, so they are talking about the quality of tuition. Okay, opinion on the supplier of second best level of tuition was 34%, naming the US. Okay, so second best level of tuition was given in the US country, and 29% naming Australia. So I guess so Australia is the third best supplier. So this is our location, and on basis of quality, or you can say tuition quality, they are doing the categorization. So definitely this is our location. Okay, now let's see any synonym related to quality or tuition quality that is in the box. Here is tuition, but we are not talking about tuition, we are talking about quality of tuition. Yes, here it is. Quality of tuition. So this is gonna be the answer of ninth question. Quality of tuition. Okay. And then next, a small majority of students, like majority of students, but it was small, believed dash to Australia were the easiest to obtain. Okay, like Australia was ranked the first country in terms of what? So here again we have to write like on basis of what Australia was ranked the first country. Recently we had seen that there were three options: cost, quality, and visa ease. Cost one we have read, and then quality one also we have read, and now comes visa ease. More students believed visas, okay, here is visas, were easier to get for Australia than for any of the other English language provider countries. So I guess this Australia comes first in terms of ranking when it comes to getting visas. So this is definitely gonna be our answer, like visas. So let's just locate this too. This is the answer of location of 10th question, and our answer is gonna be like visa is or visas. Yes, here is visas. So our answer is visas. So this is the answer of 10th question. And I guess so, as it is written were, it means that the thing that we have to answer in the 10th question definitely needed to be a plural word, and none of the options is in plural except visas. So this is a trick. Like, you don't need to read the passage or find out this question to locate in the passage, because here it is written were. That means a plural word will come in the answer, and the only plural word that we can see in the box is visas. So definitely the answer is gonna be visas. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Okay, but we have to worry about the 11 to 16 questions. They are like, we have to match the statement, we have to complete the sentences in a way, and there are 6 sentences. It seems quite tough, but let's figure it out. uh, 11th question. Indonesian students chose Australia to study English because. So they are talking about the reason why Indonesian students from Indonesia chose Australia to study English. So let's see. Okay, now we have to figure out the reason. We can't just say that which of these would be the answer. We have to find out like where reasons are given for Indonesian students. Okay, then let's see. On the basis of country, yeah, it was written in this paragraph. Uh, okay, Indonesian students, yes, here it is. To Indonesian students, however, proximity to home country. So like proximity means nearness. So uh, from Indonesia, Australia is close. So they are very close to each other. So near to each other. So this is one reason. And the second reason is quality of courses. So the courses available in Australia have a high quality. So that are the two reasons why Indonesian students chose Australia. So let's locate our answer of 11th question. So proximity to home country and quality of courses. Let's see whether it is written in any of the options. Where it is, I cannot find. Yes, here it is. Of the Because of the standard of tuition, that is like quality of courses, second reason, and the first reason was two countries being close neighbors, that is proximity to their home country. So definitely our answer is gonna be C. Let's write it down. 11th question's answer is C. Now moving on to the 12th question. Swiss students, that means students from Switzerland, were attracted to Australia because. I think so. This we have read somewhere. Like, reason of Switzerland students to choosing Australia. In the same paragraph, it must be. Yes, students and tourists from Australia and from Switzerland and other European countries were clearly attracted by Australia as a tourist destination. So this is the location of 12th question, and the reason was tourist destination. So let's see in the options. Tourist destination. Yes, here it is. Like, first option of the appeal of the country to tourists. So they are talking about tourists. Like, there was very much tourism in Australia. It was like a perfect tourist destination. So definitely Switzerland students wanted to go to Australia. they were attracted to Australia, and the answer is gonna be A. 13th question is Japanese and Taiwanese female students. So they are categorizing on the basis of gender. Let's look into gender paragraph. Okay. Japanese and Taiwanese, yani ki female students from Japan and Taiwan. Yes, here it is. Female respondents from Hong Kong, Korea, but they are not talking about Japan. Okay, here it is. Female respondents from Japan and Taiwan. Okay, that means Japanese and Taiwanese female respondents. This is the only given information in the question. And now what they are talking about, them were more interested than their male counterparts in studying English to facilitate travel and to meet people. So they were like more interested than male respondents from Japan and Taiwan. Okay, so because they wanted to study English to facilitate travel and to meet people. So I guess this is the only location that we can get from the reading passage. And now let's see the options. Let's explore the options like Japanese and Taiwanese female students. Yes, here it is written. Differed from the male students from those two countries. Which two countries they are talking about? Japan and Taiwan. So they differed from the male students regarding the reasons for studying English. Yes, option is gonna be H. Differed from the male students from those two countries regarding the reasons for studying English. H. Okay, now moving on to the 14th question. Just over a quarter. Quarter is like 25, not like, it is 25%, and over a quarter means like more than, somewhat more than 25%. So more than 25% of respondents what? Oh, this we have to find like what they want to say, like more than 25% of respondents. Let's see where it is. We can find out more than 25%. Here it is written 27%, so it is like more than 25%, just over a quarter. Yes. So asked when they had visits from overseas friends or family during their course, 27% of students responded affirmatively. So this is the location, I guess. Like when they were asked that whether they had visits from like friends or family during their course, 27% of students responded affirmatively. Affirmatively like means that they said yes, that yes, they had visits from their overseas friends or family during their course. So let's see if like anything like this is given in the option. Yes, had visitors from overseas during their courses. Just over a quarter of all respondents had visitors from overseas during their courses. Like it can be family or friends from overseas. So definitely the answer is gonna be F. Okay, now the second last question. It is of the areas of student employment mentioned. Okay, they are talking about the student employment of the areas. What of the areas? Please give us some hint. Student employment, I guess they are talking about the paragraph in which student information related to student employment is given. Let's see one time the options, which it can be like C is crossed, A is crossed, H is crossed, F is crossed, and even the G is also crossed. So we are left with, I think so, B, and then D, then E, and then I and J. Okay, let's see student employment areas. Yeah, here it is employment area. Let's see what they're talking about. While the principal areas of employment, so here it is, areas of employment, remained in restaurants, cleaning, and factories, there was a steep increase in the number of students working as shop assistants and tour guides. So, shop assistants and tour guides, their number increased. Neither they are talking about shop assistants and tour guides were previously significant employment areas. Okay, so shop assistants and tour guides were not significant employment areas. They had just recently become like significant employment areas. So this is the only location which I think so it is of the last second question. Let's see now if any information related to this is given in the options. Options left were like B, no, and then it was D. Yes, it is. Two had only recently become popular. So, of the areas of student employment mentioned, two had only recently become popular. Which were they? Like shop assistants and tour guides. So they had just recently become popular. So our answer is definitely gonna be D. So finally, we are on to the last question of this passage. Let's see what it says. The two most popular, okay, the two most popular objective is like purpose for studying English. Okay, so this is in the paragraph where the purposes are given for studying English, and we have to talk about the two most popular purposes, objectives. So let's see what were the two most popular objectives for studying English. Mm, they were talking about purposes in this paragraph. Like, yes, when asked how they planned to use the English. So they were talking about the purpose of using English that they were learning. Okay, so I guess so the most popular was 41%, and that they would use their English for further study in Australia. And the second most popular was 37% of students that they stated that their English was what's this word here should come to. Yes, 37% stated their English was to help obtain employment or to advance their existing career. So then is 9%, 6%, 5%, 2%. So I guess 41% and 37%, these are the two most popular objectives for using English that they were learning. So this is the only location, I guess, of the last question. So what about them? Let's see. B option, intended to further their studies, no. And then E option, it is accounted for over 3 quarters. A quarter is 25%, so 2 quarters would be 50%, and 3 quarters would be 75%. So over 3 quarters, it means more than 75%. So like two most popular objectives for studying English accounted for over 3 quarters of the responses. This I would need to check because I would need to do the addition. So it was 41% plus 37%, which means it is 78%. Oh yes, it is more than 75%. 41 plus 37 equals 78, which is over 3 quarters. That is 70, more than 75%. So I guess so. This is the answer of our last question. Yes. So its answer is E. Okay. So with this, the discussion of the reading regional student survey is finished. If you have any doubt in any question like how it came, so definitely you can ask it in the comment section. But I hope so that you would have easily understood like from where all the answers came. So I guess it's time to say goodbye. So, okay, thank you everyone.